an observation, and correct me if I'm wrong, an observation, and I'm floating it out there. I get the sense that you, particularly as a basketball player, you were looking for slights as motivation. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's very accurate.
Okay.
And the madder I get,
even within a game.
Yes, and the madder I got, the more dominant I played.
Yeah.
You know, good thing about my family, my organization, they always tell me, like this guy right here, we grew up there. That's my little cousin Connie. So I brought him to Orlando with me. So we were doing our thing. And like, if you're not a great player, I don't get motivated for it. It ain't nothing. I can't. So I used to get killed by Big Country. I don't know why. So one time we playing him and he fucking killing me. And now I look at him in the stands and he in front of everybody, the fuck you doing? This motherfucker's killing you. So now he embarrassed me. Now I'm mad. Now I can play. So I've always had, you know, people like that around me. But yeah, I need little things to get me going, whether it's an article that somebody said or something to earn you.
Did you seek it out?
Yeah.
Or did you hope that your people around you would tell you things?
Both. I would watch ESPN.
You would have fucking, dude, I cannot imagine you in today's NBA. Like, this is Shaq in the locker room before a game.
Yeah.
Just scrolling Twitter.
Yes.
Looking for comments.
Looking for shit. And you know what's crazy?
Every day, I'm going to Google Shaquille O'Neal and I'm going to read every article about me. Like, would you have done that?
So hold on. The answer is yes and no. So in Orlando, when I first got to LA, if I lose a game, I tear my house up. I had to stop when I started having children, and which actually helped me because I'd be fucking mad all the time. Like I just come on, especially if you lose by one and I miss fucking 10 free throws and I shot the night before and my shit looked like your shit. Like in the gym, I'm you in the gym at home, but in the game, I don't know what the fuck happened. So I would fucking go crazy. Windows, furniture, TVs. But my first child, which was a little girl, I had like, as soon as I walk in the door, I had to turn that off. And it actually helped me because it brought me away from the game. But before that, it was always the game. Fuck you, shut the fuck up. And then, like you said, you had dickhead behavior. I had shithead behavior. Yeah. I was a shithead to everybody.
Did any of that carry over in your retirement from the NBA? Looking for slights?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So when I retired, and I hate using the D word because I know there's a lot of people that are very depressed. So let's just say very sad.
Okay.
Because my plan was to, when I go to Boston and it was only one thing. I got to pass up Wilt Chamberlain. And I had it all thing. I need to average 9-10 points. I could do that. I was doing that anyway because I wasn't the Shaq at Boston. So I got hurt after year one. Because my plan was that after I pass up Wilt Chamberlain, I was going to have a press conference and arrogantly say, I don't ever want to hear nobody else's fucking name. I'm the most dominant big man ever. But now you can say, Wilt, he has more points. I have more championships. It's subjective. I'm fine with that. But if I would have passed him up in points, wasn't going to be no debate. So I wanted to do that. So anyway, got hurt, had a year left. I didn't plan that far. I wanted to do the Shaq farewell tour. I didn't plan that far. So I'm at the house just sitting. I was doing shit I've never done before, like going out talking to neighbors and shit. Tom, how are you? Like, fuck, I would go out of my house coat or my slippers and just be trying to talk to people. So I wasn't doing anything. And then I did the retirement ceremony in my house and TNT was there. And like, I wasn't planning on doing NBA commentating. I just didn't have a plan. So for those 2-3 months, I was just sitting in the house like, and then there was nobody in there but me. 100,000 square foot house. It was just me. And like the chef would come, I'd just be like, go home. I was just sitting there and I was starting to get fat like Kendrick and Chuck. And I was just sitting there looking all crazy. And then TNT came and kind of, restarted. And, once I plugged it in and I could start it, I got more energy, to started doing other things.
It's interesting to hear you talk about that time period because of everything else you had done, right? You and I wasn't even going to bring this up, but it strikes me. You had been in movies. You had massive amount of commercials, massive amount of investments. Obviously, your rap albums. So you had all this other stuff, and yet there was still a period. I would call it. I talked about this the other day on Dan Le Batard's show. There's like I don't want to be dramatic. You use the D word. I don't want to use the other D word, which is death. But when you retire as an athlete, there's a grieving period.
It is.
And it doesn't matter what you were able to accomplish, because you accomplished more than fucking 99.9% of NBA players. There still exists that grieving period. What for you? Have you reflected at all on that grieving period? Like, what was it that you sort of were sad about?
Not being him.
But you didn't feel like you were him?
No. Him is 28, 10. Fucking averaged 9 points in Boston. I felt like I was robbing the people. I felt so bad that when they called me back and said, hey, man, we owe you 1.5, I said, fucking keep it. Keep it. I'm not coming up to the average 6 points. And no. So that part was, and then when you read it, like, I'm the type, when I read it, I see if there's some truth in the criticism. Shaq's not Shaq anymore. I have to accept it. Like, when you start fucking doing this to get a fucking dunk, it's gone. And the crazy thing is, I was dominant for so long, I never even thought about the, hey, one day it's going to be gone process, and that shit was starting to go. So that was, I'm not him anymore. That right there killed me. And then I'm not playing anymore. Like, it first hit me when I didn't make the All-Star team. I had to act like, oh, I'm all the player, but I'm like, bro, I dominated the All-Star game for 12, 13 years in a row. Now I don't even get no fucking votes. So that part kind of messed me up. And then being injured and not playing and not having anything to do, like, all that other stuff was cool, but you have to understand, I'm programmed to do more. Like, once I do something and I accomplish it, I forget about it. That's why I like talking to old players. They tell me shit I don't remember. Like, once I do something, it's over with. I got to do something else.
You got to do the next thing.
I got to do the next thing. And I don't reflect on my laurels and, oh, I did this and I did that. That shit don't matter, because it ain't what you've done. It's what are you doing now? So I'm just, and then that keeps me young. That keeps me young. I have a new appreciation for age. You know who Deion Cole is?
Deion Cole?
Yeah. He's a comedian.
Okay.
LeBron knows him. So he did a special one day.
Why do you say LeBron knows him? Like, why is that important?
Because he's a comedian.
No, why do you like you could have said anybody knew who Deion Cole was. Why LeBron?
I'm just saying because he's a black comedian, and I know LeBron watches black. You probably don't watch black comedy, which is cool. I watch white comedy though.
You know, I used to watch all types of shit. Unfortunately, all I do now is watch the fucking NBA.
Yeah, I know. So
I watched the TV show in like 3 years.
So anyway, he had a special, and he was like, "Where all the 40-year-olds at?" And Deion's our age, my age. He said, "Where the 50-year-olds at?" Then he says, 20 summers left, and that fucked me up. You know what that means? Mm-hmm. In 20 summers, I'm gonna be fucking 70. So I got a new appreciation for life. I'm doing every fucking thing I can and having fun and not giving a fuck about anything or anyone and just be respectful about it. And then, because I'm 52, so I got 18 summers left. So I'm glad he did that because it gave me a new perspective, because I'm still doing young people shit. Me and my cousin the other day, we saw a shopping cart, and it was like when we were little, we used to take the shopping carts and fucking roll down hills. So I told him, I said, hey, let's get this fucking shopping cart and run out here. Man, fuck you, I ain't doing it. Like, he's younger than me, but he's like, man, I'm not doing that shit. I'm 40 years old. I want to be young. You know what I'm going to do this summer? I'm going to go to a fucking water park. I am. I'm going to slide down the fucking slide. I am. I'm going to fucking skydive. I am. I'm going to do it. You want to do it with me, skydiving? Me, you, and LeBron? If y'all fucking do it, I'll do it.
All right, this is a bit now. This is a bit. The LeBron thing's a bit. It's a bit.
That's your partner. See, you don't even see. You look at me as a hater. You don't understand what I'm doing. I'm fucking marketing.
Yeah. I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
I actually have a. I have a.
No, don't go over that. If you and LeBron go skydiving, I'll do it.
I was going to say I legit have like a weird desire to skydive.
If you and LeBron go skydiving, I'll do it.
All right, bro. By the way,
are you going to do it?
Yeah, for sure.
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal.
I'm sure LeBron and the Lakers would fucking just really jump on board with that. Dude, I took my kids to Disney World in February. You talk about like an experience that makes you appreciate life. It was like the most fun I've had in years.
Did you do it the regular way or the VIP way?
I did the VIP way, man.
You
I didn't make
cheater.
your type of money, but I made enough
Cheater.
money to
I did it the regular way.
fuck out of here. You did it the regular way?
We stood in line in the back of the line. First time I did it regular way, and then after that, I did the VIP way.
When I played there, I took my niece there. She was probably like 4 or 5 at the time. I played in Orlando, and I did it the regular way. And I was just like, I'm not doing that again. I like efficiency with my time.
Right.
I like efficiency with my time. I just want to make one comment to you because I really appreciate you saying what you said about not being him. For all of us that have participated at the highest level and played in the NBA, we all have to face that moment. That was also very difficult for me. And I didn't realize it until the moment came. I always was like, yeah, you know what? I can be, no offense to him, but I'll do the Udonis Haslem thing. I'll be on a roster and be a leader and be a good vet, look after the young guys, help the coaching staff with the interpersonal stuff. Like I was convinced that I could do that. When I got to the end and I couldn't be myself on the court, when I lost whatever juice I had personally, and I couldn't be myself, I was like, it was dark, man.
It
It
was.
was depressing. And I always say that I've told this to people, and I've talked about this before, but I fucking cannot imagine what it's like to be him and then have to go through that. It's difficult.
It is.